Okay, so we're going to talk about ascending a rope with a GRI and a GRI GRI. So, to begin with, we're going to get a GRI GRI, fix it into the rope, so person, that's pointing up. So, clip that onto our belay loop. Okay, just check that that's right, yep. Now, second thing we're going to do is we're going to get our sender. This has got a foot loop on it. That could just be a sling, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to clip that onto the rope here. And then the next little bit is we're going to get our pass or safety. We're just going to clip that in, but we want to clip it in so that it can't get out of reach. So you want to make sure that you can still, when you push it up as high as you can, still a bit of bend in your elbow, because that way you can never, it's never out of your reach. All right, so before I want to leave the ground, I'm just going to do a little bit of a safety check here. So I'm going A, so anchors, yep, and attachments. I'm not tied into anything, but I'm connected through the right part of my harness. All right, B, belts and buckles, yep, they're on, correct. C, carabiners, yep, that's done up, and that's done up. D, devices, all right, the GRI is locking, slides up. The GRI GRI is threaded the right way, locks, and everything else here. I've got some extra carabiners, all my stuff ready to go. So, if I put my left hand, it doesn't really matter, you can keep changing over your hands, but if I put my left hand on the ascender, and you can just put it anywhere on the ascender really, I like to put my right foot into the foot loop. Okay, and so what's going to happen is you're just going to slide the sender up, bring your foot underneath you and push up. You'll notice I really focus on getting that leg underneath me. All right, once you're at about 2 meters, we're just going to put in a backup safety knot, just in case you screw anything up. So we'll just tie a figure 8 knot there with a, so figure 8 knot, carabiner, clip that again into my belay loop, and away we go. Every couple of meters we'll just add a new safety. So if you imagine if I'd gone another couple of meters, I would put a new one in, clip in the new one, and then undo the old one here. All right, when I want to go down, leave my safety in there. This can come off. Just clip this away. Now when I take my backup knot in, I need to make sure I keep a hand on the rope. Beanie goes away, so I'm keeping a hand on the rope. Even though the GRI GRI is locked, I always want to make sure I have a hand on the brake strand if there's no backup knot in place. And then slowly come back down again. Also, another thing we can do is we can take a pulley here, just put a pulley in here, and clip the rope up, back up to the GRI. Okay, so now what we can do, we can, when we want to go, we actually can pull down on the rope rather than having to pull up, and it means we can get a bit more sort of mechanical advantage, and we've actually created a little 3-to-1 here. Let's just do a safety check before we leave the ground. Different systems. So A, anchors, yep, rope's still going up, not twisted. Anchors and attachments, so yeah, I'm attached through the right part of my harness. Okay, B, belts and buckles, yep, looking good. C, carabiners, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 carabiners all done up. D, devices, yep, this device is locking off and it slides up. This device is threaded correctly, yep, and that's going through that pulley perfectly, yep, all right. E, everything else, I've got enough stuff to come down. I'm not wearing a helmet because I'm indoors. Cool. Right, away I go. So same thing again, foot goes in the foot loop, This time, just slide up, and you're going to move kind of slowly, but it's quite efficient. You'll notice my body position when I do this is a bit more leaned back. All right, so I just pull the rope down with both hands, and then you have to, the trick is, when you want to slide this ascender up, that you have to really think about lifting the leg and letting the rope go through. Otherwise you won't be able to move it. So a lot of people, they keep pulling down on this arm and can't move. So you've got to think, lift your arm, lift this leg, goes up. After you do it a bit, you'll learn to get used to it. So same again, a couple of meters. Just going to tie a back up knot. Do that up, cool, and keep going, etc. All right. When you want to come down, same again. So we're just going to take it apart in this order. So we'll take the pulley off first. All right. Send her off, and then now that I've got my hand on this rope, bean her out, and down we go.